DeSantis and Hillsborough County's suspended state attorney will face off in federal court on Monday. It's a case that legal experts say could set a major precedent about how much power the governor has. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer is live for us in our newsroom tonight. So, Aaron, there's a lot on the lines for both sides here.
Yeah, Allie, there really is. For the governor, this may go a long way in determining how much authority he has to remove elected officials. As for Andrew Warren, it's his former job that's on the line.
We've said from the beginning there's so much more at stake than my job.
A job that suspended Hillsborough State Attorney Andrew Warren says never should have been taken from him. On Monday, he'll ask a federal judge to reinstate him as the county's top prosecutor.
This is a fight to make sure that we still have functioning elections in our democracy, to make sure that the governor isn't a king who can just overturn an election.
We are going to make sure that our laws are enforced and that no individual prosecutor puts himself above the law.
Governor DeSantis made those remarks August 4th. That was the day he suspended Warren, citing Warren's pledge to not enforce the state's 15-week abortion ban and his vow to not criminalize minors seeking a sex change operation, which is not a state law. Warren sued the governor, accusing DeSantis of violating his right to free speech.
The governor suspended me for talking about things, for voicing my opposition to two of his favorite culture war issues.
Jeff Brown, a legal analyst and former prosecutor, says this case might not be as clear-cut as Warren hopes.
And I think that's really what got Andrew Warren into all this problem was, you're announcing a policy decision and saying what you won't do before any of those factual cases are before you. And I think the governor is justified on that.
The governor also accused Warren of having policies of presumptive non-enforcement of certain laws. We asked for copies of these policies. Acting State Attorney Susan Lopez's response included a list of lower-level offenses, mostly traffic violations. That policy, however, allowed prosecutors to file charges if there were public safety concerns.
That's not only the way a prosecutor should do their job, it's the way a prosecutor is required to do their jobs.
In my day, we didn't have lists like that. Everything was dealt on a case-by-case basis.
Lopez has also told staff she rescinded a policy of not seeking mandatory minimum sentences in felony cases. But her office didn't send us any evidence that policy existed. These are issues that may all end up part of the federal case, which Brown says will have major implications on the Florida legal system.
I think it's going to set a precedent from here on out as to how much power does the governor have to be able to do this.
Yeah, in response to our records request, Acting State Attorney Lopez included a policy that called for the presumptive non-prosecution of bicycle stop cases. That policy was also reversed. This was put in place after federal investigators determined that Tampa police bike stops unfairly targeted minorities. Spokespersons for Lopez and DeSantis didn't respond to our requests for comment today. Allie?
All right, Aaron Mesmer live in our newsroom tonight. Aaron, thanks.